Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Taken in part exchange, here we have an MX5 SE-L Nav Plus. This is a 1.5 RF model, and being the Plus model, there's a few little revisions over the previous cars, which I'll go through with you in a little bit more detail when we get in the vehicle. Now, as I walk around the car, just like to sort of give you a little bit of background, where the cars come from, etc, etc. Now, we didn't actually sell this car new. This was from Invicta Motors, who are another Mazda dealer. I believe Invicta are either Maidstone or oh, in fact, there we go, look, ME15, yeah, Maidstone. So we must have done something right. Anyway, so the previous owners very happy with the brand. They part exchanged it for a CX5, so very different. So perhaps this was a car that was on their sort of tick list, like a lot of MX5s are. And this car has covered less than 7,000 miles, which is a bit of a rarity for a car that's now, what, 3 years old. But for MX5s, quite often, you know, we do get the odd low mileage ones, and I have found that people looking for used MX5s do really like the lower mileage cars. Nothing wrong with the higher mileage cars, providing they're maintained correctly. But I know this is sort of a high day and holiday sort of car where people sort of tuck away in their garage. So the low mileage ones are very much sought after. Now, this car has got gloss black wheels with a mica black paint, which I think looks really good. And you've got the cloth interior. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm not lying when I tell you this. The 1.5 tends to be the favourite amongst the Mazda people that have perhaps been in the Mazda world for a considerable amount of time. I have 21 years this August, and the smaller engines are revvier, and I suppose there's a bit of nostalgia there with the Mark 1s and Mark 2s. And I know that a lot of the purists do prefer the 1.5. Now, look at this. This car is in really, really lovely condition. All right. There will be the odd stone chip, which my valeter will tend to, or our detailer that comes over. But it's in, yeah, really lovely condition. Now, the Plus model cars come with a steering wheel that goes up, down, in and out, and obviously turns round and round, which I think is quite important on an MX5, because you're kind of restricted in your, as it's a small car. So the more adjustments you have, steering column, seats, etc., the better. Okay. So that's what you have on the Plus. Also, you get heated seats on the SE-L, where you would only have got them on the Sport previously. Now, I'm sure there's a few other little revisions, but my product knowledge is failing me this afternoon. But yes, I've got the service history in the car to share with you. But hopefully you can see it's in really lovely condition. Now, I'm going to do something. I'm going to take a risk here, because I don't know what the engine bay's like, whether it's clean or not. But shall we have a look under the engine bay? I'm curious. Let's have a look. And I'll also show you in the boot. Now, these are aluminium bonnets for lightweight. Oh, look at that. Oh, lovely. Like a 6,000 mile car should look like. All right. Now, I am a car person. I have classic cars, and I really appreciate that rocker cover. You can see it, you know, you can see the engine. I'd be probably polishing that, but I always like to keep a nice engine bay, and that's very pretty. Okay. Close the bonnet. Always just drop it, because it is aluminium, and you don't want to force it down. Now, let me show you this boot, which I think is a very generous size boot, considering the type of car. Now, there you go. Now, for some reason, my valeter, when he gives these cars a quick clean, he puts the mats in the boot. I don't know why he does that, but he puts the mats in the boot. But there you go. Look at that. All right. Now, that is with the roof down, so it does not impede on the boot space. So when this roof is down, this car is like a coupe. Yeah, you lose the sort of open back, where the soft top you'd have an open back. So it depends on what you're looking for. Me myself, I like the open back, the sort of classic look, but this is also well, superb. Very smart indeed. So let me show you how this hood works. Now, it's very easy. So I'll turn the ignition on, start the car, and just to confuse you, up is down and down is up. Right, so let's see if you can see this. Hopefully you can see that. And I've taken some photos with the hood up so you can have a look to see how that looks. Okay, now what I think is really smart, look at the left part of the binnacle. So I'm going to do it again. Oh, hang on a minute, let me close this door and then we'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so look at that. Now that's giving you a true real-time idea of what it's showing you how that roof is going up and down in real time. Operation complete. Okay, so it's as easy as that. There you go. Look, you've got your heated seats, you've got your air conditioning, climate control. I know some people say, oh, would you need air conditioning for a convertible? You definitely need air conditioning in a convertible, because it's really good for cleaning windows in the winter if they're steamed up, and also in the summer when it's just too hot to have the roof down. Now you've got a 6-speed gearbox. It goes direct, this shaft goes directly into the gearbox. You get that lovely feel, that lovely sort of not race car feel, but you know, that classical sports car feel. Yeah. This controls this up here. Cool, we've got a lot of sun here today. Hopefully you can still see this. Now, see those sort of lines? That's not actually happening. That's just my video. In fact, I'm going to turn around. Right, so I'm just going to put the phone down a second. We are on a private estate here. Hear that lovely exhaust note? There we are. Sorry about that, but there you are. That's better, isn't it? Okay, so you've got applications, fuel economy ones, boring things like that, vehicle status, it's in there. Okay, you can upgrade this to have Apple CarPlay, so it'd have CarPlay, Android Auto, and then you can, you know, control, view your apps, navigate your apps on your smartphone through here. Use your sat nav app, your what's the word I'm looking for? Navigation app, you know, Google Maps, etc. You can take you know, use whatever's familiar with yourself. But Mazda have a built-in one here, which is fantastic. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I'm always stating I've driven to south of Poland to the Tatra Mountains using this system, and it was perfect. Okay. You can also find interesting places, recreational places, but normally fuel stations for me. Okay, because there's such a variation in fuel price. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, it's got the stations here, but no fuel price. But when you connect this car, look, to the Wi-Fi, you'll actually get fuel prices. So I think it's quite relevant. So there we are. All right. So the nav we've gone through, and then settings. You've got some settings here. You can sort of turn this off, and sound settings and safety settings and display settings, clock settings, etc. All right. So yeah, let me show you this steering wheel. Up, down, in and out. So what do they call that? Rake and reach, I think. I would just say up and down. Volume controls here, cruise control here, all good stuff. Okay, now we're a Mazda dealer, so the car will be serviced. I was going to share the service history with you, so here we go. So Victor Motors, Maidstone, yep, Maidstone. PDI, July 19. Then we had COVID, didn't we? Yeah, and then so there's always a little bit of a funny gap with these sort of COVID cars, and then it was serviced at 2746 miles in March 21, and then February 22 at 5271 miles. We'll service it again, even though it's only done 6,867 miles. We shall service and MOT the car. Okay. It will come with a year's warranty, Mazda ZZ Plus used car warranty. Not one of these warranties you get in car supermarkets, which are pretty much useless. And then they'll try to upsell you one for like £1,000. We don't. That's not something we practice. You'll get a year's comprehensive warranty, but there is a warranty extension option, and it's of a very reasonable price. Okay, so please just do inquire. We got great finance facilities, part exchange facilities, delivery facilities, online consultation, all full dealer facilities. As I say, COVID really did push our dealers along in terms of technology, so we're doing a lot of sales all around the country. I had to take my father out of retirement and get him to deliver cars all around the country since COVID, so it's really pushed the business forward, and the our showrooms really is our website. But we do have a lovely showroom, so come and have a look at the car should you want to do so, and take it for a drive. If there's any further photographs, videos, any information on this car that you require that I haven't covered in these videos, please give us a shout. We're here to help, and we really do mean that. And do inquire any time of day. Should it be outside our regular business hours, still leave us a voicemail, still send us an email. We'll try to come back to you. We do pick them up. Okay. On part exchange is extremely welcome. We want your part exchange. So don't believe these people on the TV who tell you about getting better deals, etc., etc. Do punch your reg number in and get a price and all that sort of things. You've got an idea of what your car's worth, and again, give us a call. We want your part exchange, and I really do mean that. They're very, very welcome. All right. We want you to have a nice, seamless, enjoyable buying experience. And if you haven't dealt with us before, please do check out our reviews. We are particularly proud of them, and it'll give you an idea of what sort of people you're dealing with. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've certainly enjoyed doing it. I haven't been in one of these for a while, and yeah, I'm going to go for a little drive back now to the showroom. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.